Hey crew, hope all is well. Happy Wednesday. We made it to the end of the week. No, we didn't. We made it to the middle of the week. Look at me trying to rush the week. So I wanted to come on here because I was reflecting this morning on a few things. So I might be all over the place, but hopefully you get the point, you get the message. I was reflecting on a scripture in Philippians 4, which talks about rejoicing always. And I was thinking, this is hard, right? This can be kind of challenging, right? And I consider myself a pretty happy person. Am I human? And do I have my days, of course, where you struggle with the thoughts that you have and the things that are taking place in life. And sometimes you're sad, sometimes you are just not feeling in this uppity way, right? So I was like, this is always God, like always. And I'm like, well, this is a command, right? If he says it, then it's something that we definitely can do. I always tell my co-teacher, I'm like, all roads lead back to Jesus, lead back to God. And I say that because I recognize just how much we need the Father, like extremely. Like there's nothing that I can think of, that my mind can think of, that we can do without God, right? And so there's a visual that I have of, and we've done this as little children, and we see little children do this, right? They need their parent, right? And there's certain ways, right? So there's, you can tell when a child needs their parent when they need to, maybe they're having trouble opening up a bag of potato chips, or they need to be lifted up to get onto like maybe a slide at the park or the swing, right? There's a noise that they might even make, right? When they don't have the words or they can't articulate it. And they're like, and then that parent knows just what to do, right? The parent knows to go over and to help, or the parent knows to grab the potato chips and to open it. And I said to myself, I was like, that doesn't really change. Like as an adult, that doesn't really change. Hence why there's also the scripture that tells us to come to God, to come to Jesus as little children, right? It's like he could have very well been like, when you get a certain age, I need y'all to just be full grown adults with me. Like, and not that we aren't, but I'm like, why would he tell us to come to him as little children, right? Be received as little children. Otherwise, we can't enter the kingdom of heaven, right? There is a humbleness, a need that children have, where the father will the father automatically knows to respond or cater to, or bring a solution to. And I'm like, Jesus. No, you knew that even as adults, we would have to have that childlike mindset of always needing you, of always having to depend and rely on you. And so I'm going back to the beginning, right? I thought I was going to be all over the place. But how, God, do we rejoice always, right? And he's like, well, one, you need me. Like you need me to make it in this dark and weary world as I look outside and it's super cloudy. But it's, you need me. You can't rejoice always if you don't trust me, if you don't believe that I created the beginning and the end, and I know the end. I know that the end of all of this leads to victory, right?